into this match with actually Team Liquid with the win, but because of that, Cloud9, they grind out the comeback, and the tables have turned.
And in respect to the split push of Ray, too, as they mentioned on the analyst desk, something they thought they could just get into the base. Ray would have to respect them, but Ray respects himself, and he took that lane home. So now into Picks and Bans Phase 1. Let's see, top lane, Ray.
Yep,
hit pretty hard.
All right, they are going to, yeah, no Jace for him this time around. Going to have him still pushing there. Still plenty of options for them. They actually, they banned out the Jhin from Sneaky as well.
He was smiling very successful.
Those are the two things that lost them the game. So they go, no more Jace, no more Jhin. All right, we're good now, right? Let's see if Cloud9 actually do ban out the Rengar, or they try and go for a trade here. I would expect them to just toe the line, ban that Rengar out as well, as it has definitely been one of the champions that Reignover put a decent amount of time in on as well.
They do favor the Varus, though. I figured that would be.
Yeah, no surprise, right? We talk about the lethality changes that came in. Varus plus Jhin. I think Varus even a bit over Jhin because of a little bit of extra laning power there. But they're very comparable, and nobody is really up on that tier anymore with them. We are left with the Ashe, though, if Cloud9 do want to go with that. I don't think they want to get pushed down past ban phase number 2, so probably an AD carry at some point. No need to rush it, though, as Team Liquid probably won't go with another one on their part. So they pick up the premier mage support, Zyra. I mean, Malzahar, you can go with that as well, and he's a bit of a flex pick, but Zyra, so good for bullying and lane control down on bottom.
This is actually the Zyra Malzahar ban that Cloud9 gave from blue side last time, so they'll take that, probably see Matt maybe play the Malzahar. We did see him actually doing the Malefic Visions level instead of the little minions the one time. So he plays an interesting one. Cloud9 still locking in one more, and that will be Jensen's Rise, played by Golden Glue last game.
Yeah, we'll see if Golden Glue wants to take the Cassiopeia into it. Pretty popular. Or if he does opt for the alternative route that we have been seeing as well. Corki's also available. He's put in a decent amount of time on that. Reignover, though, feels very good about the Graves, and no reason to second guess that.
Yeah.
Had a lot of control, and there's that Corki we talked about.
All right. So a few picked up here. That was also the final first phase ban of Cloud9 last time. So Golden Glue gets his Corki, can keep that distance. They've got a lot of start here where they could look at Cloud9 with
Jungler's not
good bit of scratches on that HP.
I wonder if they throw a couple more bans at contracts here then, as Cloud9 did not snag that up. Again, Rise has been the mid lane pick that people have been going to and opting not to match up picks here in the first round. We'll see if it does pay off here, as Jensen, definitely one of the highest performing mid laners this entire split in the North American LCS. We'll see if Golden Glue can hold on, though. Yep.
Malzahar.
Contract's going to take a couple more hits here, probably, with bans aimed at him. I think they'll leave up the Ivern for sure, as it's already, Reignover's locked into Graves, and it feels good into that matchup. Support bans coming through from Cloud9, though. Take out your Malzahar and your Misfortune.
We're going to have like 4 ADs?
Yeah, no.
Wow, what a team. All ADs on the Rift. Who would have thunk it?
All right, so does that mean, I feel like Matt was actually quite good on the Nami.
Yeah.
And he might feel okay
Their early
into
game
that.
great.
You know, it's not the best for Zyra, but you do have the sustain to try and help out with that laning phase, and you always have the possibilities of trying to back into a brush or something, or start these Nami waves at an angle where if you do tag that on Zyra and you have jungler support, can try and take her down.
Easy
Ivern
Ivern
going
grab.
with the Ivern again. Right back into the matchup. See if Contracts can have a bit better position, because one of the things with Ivern is you are keeping track of a couple of different points on your screen at the same time. You are trying to control Daisy at the same time as you're trying to land your skill shots, but you also need to be aware of your positioning so that you don't get hit by the double Qs. Like if Reignover is going to kill Daisy and he's shooting his end of the line through Daisy and autoing Daisy, so many Iverns get hit on the end of the line as well and like step into that AoE. one of the more tricky parts about Ivern is keeping track of, landing your skill shot, plus your positioning, plus your daisy control, plus your redemption activation. And of course your push placement for
Give
your
him the
aid
croc.
prevention. Hey! Get some Ray flavor here on the Renekton. Has been gaining a lot of popularity. I personally hope he goes for the lethality Renekton. I'm super excited because so many of the offensive ones that you run into in Solkyu are like there are variations of when you build your Tiamat, when you build your Black Cleaver, and when you build your lethality. Yep. For this matchup, you do want to fit a Hex Drinker in there versus Rumble. It's just such a ridiculously efficient item in that matchup and versus him. But barring that, I'm hopeful to see a lot of extra damage coming out of him for some more split push, right? Because Nectar can actually be quite a beastly split pusher as well.
Punish real well. So Liquid again goes back to this 380. They had 2 last time, now 3 for this one. It'd be interesting. And Brahm's not in this meta really right now, but would love to see all those attacks. Having so many 80s on your team, you touch one person and they're stunned immediately. Some of the stuff would be really cool. But we do have Nami, Zyra in the bot lane. Like we said, Matt and Piglet were putting up some nice bubbles into Chain of Corruptions last game, and Lorlo is following up. So this composition seems to work really well for Liquid. Cloud9 was able to adapt though in game 1. That was a big one, as well as a Baron steal.
I mean,
they held out.
Some highlight team fights from those combos with a lot of good ults from that duo. I don't know how repeatable those are, because those are hard skill shots to land, and it definitely does take some coordination. If they're able to keep that level up though, definitely some exciting team fights, and we'll see if they can have some similar ones to the first half of the game that we did see from Team Liquid, or if Cloud9 can close it out 2-0.
All right, let's hit the Rift running. Here we go. Game 2, Team Liquid versus Cloud9. Does Cloud9 still have that momentum, and can Liquid shake off game 1 here as they come into game 2? It's like Linus, no, not really Linus scrimmage. We'll have a little early warding on contract side.
See some defensive positioning. They want to get a ward in here, so you can get a beat on where the Ivern starts. As we said, Ivern's going to prep 2 camps, go smite one of the other buffs. Depends on where his enemy is to see if he goes for the invade or tries to cross map for himself. This is a good sign for Renekton. He's got the fervor.
Yeah.
See how much damage Ray goes. If he stays true to himself, we'll see some DPS Renekton coming out.
This is when we build him up, and then he just builds like Spirit Massage defense, and you're like, wait a minute, what?
Well, regardless, it is a very scary lane because Renekton has his own personal targeted stun plus the gap closer, and that with Ivern is just insane amounts of pressure. Ivern can do lane ganks. He can wrap around through these side brush. He can come up over blast cones. And with him lending an extra slow with the exploding shield, as well as landing his snare after a Renekton point and click, it's definitely a lot to worry about in that lane.
It feels so much better for melees and root caller. Reckoning getting in there, you're just slicing things.
Yeah, we'll see though. Rainover has done a pretty good job of controlling him thus far in the series. So he keeps it up, starting on his bomb side. Rainover, by the way, has taken to that Raptor start, which has become pretty popular. Get your little bit of extra experience at the level 1, where you get your bonus from your level difference on all of the small Raptors, and then going right into the red. Graves is definitely one of the junglers you can try and do that on. It's off to a pretty good start for himself. See if he meets up with Contracts. His Contracts has again gone with the pretty standard defensive 2 preps into his own blue smite, no invade.
No health, no problem. Quick steals up for him. No real trouble in any lanes yet. Everybody's starting this one off calm. Level 2's hitting the bottom lane just about the same time, so we didn't see the same amount of pressure here from Matt and Piglet with the double bubble. As well, you got to figure Sneaky and Smoothie are playing this one a little bit different, but Smoothie, nice brush control to start off.
Also, Ash has a very good laning phase here. When you're coming out both of them just with the longsword pots, the lethality build differences don't even take account, and Zyra is able to get the heal out of Piglet here. So early summoner blown, that's a small advantage. Heal does come up fairly quickly. Also does give you life that you can hold on to. So it's not the biggest of summoners to blow, but regardless, the confrontation has attracted Contracts.
I love seeing the confidence of how long they hold that heal too. Piglet almost went down, but now without a heal, there's no speed there. Piglet still quite far out from the turret, allowing some shots in, trying to bait Contracts into a turret shot himself. His shield goes down.
And notice, Reignover immediately, actually he was already going for the invade on Ivern, as Ivern is a very invadable early jungle here. He's gonna take away the Krug money. They do have a very reduced experience on the first one, but still good money in those Krugs, and definitely worth doing. As Ray, respecting the jungle difference here, knows that Contract's ganking bottom, can't move up at all, and is doing just fine as far as CSing. Small discrepancy.
Nice little farm technique there, slicing the last casters. Just enough damage for the turret. So, lane's pretty even. Oh, go ahead.
I guess he doesn't want to give away that he's recalling here, but if you're just saw the Ivern as well, you could pop the plants. I really like controlling the Squire's Bloom plants. The only problem is that when you pop it, it does give away your position as it's globally visible, but he leaves it here and Contracts will take it. Luckily for them, no wards around for him to snag with it because they were placed very deep in Contract's red quadrant. That's why they know exactly where he is.
Yeah. We just saw the pings from Liquid saying just to the left of mid might be warded. Find a different path right over.
Let's go.
Lorlo.
Connecting all in.
Ruthless Predator locks him up. Ray got to the backside to make sure he wasn't eating that Flame Spitter, but both come out in a wave of minions. Pretty hurt.
Yeah, we got to check on experience because actually rushing to level 6 here, if they're in the middle of the lane, is very big.
Yep.
And you could see flashes blown. Looks like Ray actually is a little bit behind. Bottom lane is getting ganked though, and Matt!
Oh, flash right forward to Matt. You could see in the eyes of Contracts the whole team had the right idea.
Right, plans to stand there. Smoothie setting that one up. Matt, the one they want to target, no flash on the Nami. No heal on the AD carry either to even lend him any support, so really good focus from the Cloud9 squad. This time they're the ones able to punish bottom lane early. Reignover though will take his toll every time you go bottom. I take your red quadrant.
He's hovering the top side as well, so it looks like he's going to mostly be farming. And we'll see bot one more time.
Smoothie knows he can flash on this because, as we said, Matt really flashed earlier, so guaranteed almost there. Flash snare from Smoothie and really good punish, but a little bit reckless play from the bottom lane of Team Liquid that we have been seeing from them.
Yep.
You can see the theory though, why Reignover has been top so much, because you see this Renekton pick come out and you're like, oh god, they want to go all in on Rumble. They want to camp this side. They want Ray to get going as a split pusher again. So Reignover's covering top side.
Expect to find Contracts.
Yeah. Regardless, though, it is the bottom side move as Ashe Zyra, a C9 classic, is so earning them early lead once again. Ray's playing this really well, considering Reignover has been up here almost 100%.
Rose on the Dominus. There's going to be a little here there.
Reignover should have this.
Once you get the people and the lighting.
Oh,
under the turret. Oh, baby.
Woo! Went for a flashy play there, but in the end just burns the summoner, and now there's no flash on Ray. Was saying that he was playing this really well, considering Reignover's been up here the entire game. But then it was just too juicy for him. He wanted to take that 1v1, and Team Liquid punish him for it. Reignover's time finally does claim a kill, and that puts him right back on the board, evens up that gold. Team Liquid are right back in the driver's seat.
That's one benefit if you can look for it. Teleport does not have to be used, it seems, by Ray, so a play still to come if they need it. Bot lane, we have seen a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get some more off of it.
Ray was in such a good spot, too. On that back, he could get his Hex Drinker. Got a little bit overeager. He's just like, this guy at my turret in my face, throwing fire. He uses both Slice and Dice to go for the all-in, so that was just...
Yeah.
Took that bait, hook, line, and sinker, and then... Actually, Reignover already had the R going. So the animation already started over there with the stun and right into the face. Ray was going for the flashy all-in, try to burst him down with the tower shot play, but not going to save him, and now he has to play super careful.
Sharing is caring. You heard it right there.
Ivern's quotes are some of the most hilarious.
You think sharing is caring is funny? You don't share?
I do. In a game of League of Legends?
I don't get it. 12.5 to just about 12.5 on the side of Cloud9.
Look at that, Quadra buffs. Best part of Ivern.
For some, if you're honest, team. See how they work this. They have been pretty aggressive towards the bot lane. Smoothie's flash was down just as Matt, but nothing acted off of that. We've seen Rainover hovering that top side of the map. Now may deliver a little love towards the bot side. We'll see once he clears Krugs what happens.
And we should go over like how do you play your weak side, right? Because this happens so often where a jungler is going to dedicate most of their time to one focused area because that area weakens over time. You blow summoners on the first pass, you get kills on the next pass, and you're chain timing the cooldowns of those summoners, and you can, you know, repeat these moves on their weak side. A lot of times it does come up where both those sides focused are different, and being able to gracefully play the weak side for your team is really an undervalued skill. That people haven't really focused super heavily on. But this bottom side is definitely the weak side for Team Liquid, and Rainover's trying to come down to clear some out. Actually, Contract, I think he didn't see the ward go down maybe.
Ooh, Skirmisher Saber, nice end of the line as well to connect on the wall. Contracts gets pushed out, and this is all after Sneaky had hawk-shotted him in the beginning of taking Krug. So Cloud9 has been privy to that knowledge. Still fall a bit behind here. Good pressure from Rainover.
I respect that Graves. Rainover is just... The CIC's been taken on top side. The kill they were able to get on top side, he's once again a huge monster, and you cannot go into a confrontation with him.
Ooh, package?
Yeah, they've seen him move this, so Cloud9 already, they're prepping a defense for this. I don't know if that matters, though.
Chain of Corruptions just missed. Special delivery over to Smoothie, and he looks like he gets knocked down. Here comes the TPs. It's going to be a coast-to-coast. Lorlo has his in the top. He's holding it for now. We do see Ray is in the fight, and Jensen's going after Golden Glue. Looks like he's got a choice here. Valkyries does not seem to be up, and he goes down. And it looks like a few kills going over to the side of Cloud9.
Yeah, the vision difference here as Cloud9 saw this in action. Jensen was watching Golden Glue walk down the river with that. Yep. They knew that this was coming, and you can see Sneaky and Smoothie had backed off. They got out of range of Piglet's ultimate. And then, even though Smoothie's going down, Zyra is one of the best, if not the best, sacrificial support to go down because he gets out the knock-up. They catch him between towers after that, and it comes out net victory for Cloud9 because of the vision difference. And that's why casters always harp on vision so much. Right now, Lorlo's going to get dove. Looks like he's toast.
Slow's good. Ray has to be very careful. He's going down in this instant. There he goes. Woo.
You gotta flash your insignia right there, as you know you're gonna die.
That first harpoon made it a little scary because your dash isn't even really gonna cover that much ground. You're still walking slow after you get there. So he had to commit a little bit, but this is Ray. We expect this from Ray.
Generally,
he's got to be happy about that still.
Yeah, that's the vision we're talking about.
Yeah.
And they did see this whole plan. Ivern was also heading down the lane this entire time, so they say, hey, you know what, bottom lane, just play this as best you can. Sacrifice yourself Smoothie if need. They get double snare, double knockup. Sneaky's autoing the whole time. Shields do arrive as well as Jensen, so very good counterplay here from Cloud9. And Lorlo did get the shove up on top, but Rumble's not the best turret taker, so they didn't give up too much CS on the top side either.
Good damage from Golden Glue. Just have to be able to get the result of the fight in their favor. A lot of that damage can be spread across multiple members, not just a kill, so it becomes difficult when Cloud9, like you said, they've seen this composition last game. They're separating for those equalizers, and a lot of the poke that's coming in very well. Back to this top lane. Pretty good hit by Lorlo here. A little bit of love from Contracts puts him up about 20 CS.
Oh,
almost to the mark of his items. Sneaky goes down real fast. As soon as they're getting the Chain of Corruption, they're putting it out, just like the first game. Liquid was able to take a lead by continuously doing these things. See if they stop Cloud9 from getting an edge back in this one. Great job by Liquid. We see turret number 1 go down.
Lorlo's chasing pretty deep here, but the full commitment from Team Liquid gains them the kill, gets them the first turret gold as well. So again, tenacity from Team Liquid. They just keep it up. You know what? They counted our first one. They won't see it coming a second time. And it does pay off for themselves. Ray actually will take a while to take this one down. Regardless, and Team Liquid should make their swap. send their AD carry and support up there, as they've already taken bottom turret, and they should be able to defend that and keep this snowball going. You want to keep your pressure chaining after you do get that first turret down.
Not gonna miss these. Jensen picks up blue. We'll see. Top side. Lots of pings coming over. Ray says, gonna get some help up here. Or somebody says, I'm coming. Looks like that's gonna be Contracts as Piglet makes sure nobody's in lane. Team Liquid wants to get top down, as you said. Try to figure something else out. Hopefully they don't have Jensen or somebody come up behind them, because I feel like Cloud9's ready to fight just as much as Liquid is pulling the trigger.
Yeah, they're actually swapping Lorlo into mid lane here real quick to pick up that wave. There is no package for Gold and Blue, so they don't have to worry about that, but oh, Fog of War!
Oh, that's a sad Piglet. Matt has to watch him go down as he delivers the exhaust, but can't get much else to connect.
Cloud9. Surprise, surprise!
Patience.
Piglet unawares, as well as us. That puts a huge hamper on the turret snowballing that Team Liquid are looking for.
Yep.
Package now picked up by Gold and Blue, but with your AD carry taken out, very difficult to make use of it. Matt's gonna have to dodge. Oh, line flash.
Nobody saw it.
Hey!
There comes out! No, he gets it out! He's gonna be alive! Matt, no, he lives with a sliver of health. They can still go for the kills. Lorlo, Haunty guys completed, not a whole lot of power behind him. There's the root. They're gonna be able to get it with Sneaky. Now on to Lorlo. Matt tried to stay for a little bit longer, but Liquid actually feels confident to keep going in these fights. They see slivers of health, but it's only a trick. It's all a ruse. Cloud9 still come on top. And 9-4 here, 15 minutes in. Piglet's gonna be the last one as he just comes back up, but is not tricked back into the fight.
And the Ants go marching in one by one. Team Liquid lose 3, and that will be so much pressure for Cloud9. Not to mention the mid-game kills, but pushing top lane, that turret is definitely going to go down as Contracts will join the party as well. And they should be able to shove out all other lanes. Pretty good outplay there. I actually want to see that team fight again. Daisy needed one more auto to kill Matt, but couldn't catch up to him. Even without that kill, though, Cloud9 kite their way out of this one.
And it kind of all started from top lane. We'll get to that as we watch it again.
All right, so there's the arrow going to land, and the exhaust actually denies the extra damage from Rise as well to keep up Matt. Contracts is going to have to flash away from this one. Tries to dodge around, does dodge it. Then Gold and Blue is looking to clean up these kills, and Lorlo wants to help so badly. Oh!
Hey!
Hey, Piglet's dead again.
Sold.
Back to the future!
Like 16 and a half in, we see that Contracts and Piglet are down. 10-5. So Piglet just came back up, went down. As I was saying before we mentioned that, we saw Piglet very far out in that top lane. As we thought they would take down another turret, snowball the turrets, Cloud9's able to get one kill, move mid, and just start kind of dissecting the game a little bit. Another fight there, puts it in C9's favor.
You know what I spy, Riv? An extra longsword here for Ray. Might be going with the tier map, might be going some lethality after his early shield. Are they trying to bait into this Rise ultimate? A lot of members of Team Liquid are around. Okay, not gonna take that one. All right, we haven't seen any focus on the Drake though. Team Liquid returns to this top turret. I mean, Piglet really has it out for it, but I keep turning it around on him and kill him before he can claim it. That means that, you know, so much of this time around the Drake. Oh, okay. 2 versus 1. Who lands the snare?
Scrap shield. Ooh, big wall flash. Nice job.
Whoa, smoothie
Over the wall! How smooth is it? Gets the shield from Ivern. The bait in. Does he stay alive? Oh, he goes down. Nicely done. They make sure to get 1 for 1, but that's been pretty much the story here. If it's not Cloud9 coming up with a huge fight, Team Liquid is slowly
turret, though.
able to answer back. He does
Got
the
it.
top.
Success! And no Drake given away in exchange for the turret either, so pretty fortunate there for Team Liquid. Even though Lorlo goes down and he gets counter kill, and Piglet got time to take out that outer turret. So they actually, I think they're quite happy with the effects of the last few minutes here. And that's impressive considering how much vision, Cloud9 were working with. They had definitely more deep wards. Team Liquid are coming back with quite a bit more now, but
yeah, able to put themselves in the lead gold-wise. They still have to be very wary of what Cloud9 is going to engage with. Mid turret still stands for Team Liquid, helping them to stave off C9 from getting too many deep wards, but that doesn't mean they won't just fight you for these dragon positions. Ocean Drake is next, and going over to C9.
Yes, sir. All right, so some of the control wards still stand, even after Team Liquid's trying to clear them out, and that will finally be the Ocean Drake picked up for C9. Pretty late in the game, but still will add definitely some benefit. Now, this is also the stage where, Ray's teleport is coming back up. He's going for the cleaver next, I would assume. Actually, super frontline Varus here. Good flash.
They saw Ray on a ward tucked towards red. Maybe they wanted to activate. That could have been Golden Blue's package in as well. Also, Jensen bot, but again, Cloud9 able to dodge all of that.
I do like Piglet's willingness to go for these flash ultimates on Ferris, though. He snagged Sneaky on the first one that was bottom lane, and this one, Sneaky only gets out by flashing as well. So while it looks like, oh my goodness, that's crazy aggression out of nowhere, there was a flank from Golden Glue coming up with the package, plus he traded flash for flash with Sneaky there. So
we talked about kind of comfort. That's kind of Piglet's comfort play. The guy pulled out Twitch coming into the first week. Player of the game for himself. Jensen slowed down, pops him in the last one, able to answer back with a kill. But the aggression of Piglet now answered by the aggression of Jensen in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Realm Warts again and again. He's looking for Lorelo because Lorelo, no magic resist, no completed Zonias. He's so squishy here to Rise, and Jensen just beats up on him. He's got both key items for Rise are completed. The Rod of Ages is almost fully stacked, close enough with 8 stacks there. So Jensen really hitting that spike for a Rise right now. 4 kills to his name as well, and very easy split push that we're talking about with Ray having his teleport and Rise being incredibly powerful in the 1v1s.
Rain over again, doing what he can. 5-2-0 here for the team. Had pretty good Graves game in game 1. Just cannot seem to be at these fights to find their results. Cloud9 seems to be finding Piglet somewhere, finding Matt somewhere. And as well as Lorelo this game. 4 deaths for him in that top lane as he's been fighting against Ray.
Yeah, and in
Cloud9.
This time around, Cloud9 are packing quite a bit of crowd control. Every single player on the Cloud9 roster right now has their own forms of hard CC. So that makes life for a triple AD carry squad and then a top laner without crowd control on Team Liquid side very difficult to navigate team fights. There are so many abilities that the members of Team Liquid have to dodge and have to look out for that it makes this game much more difficult for them to pull off those really impressive team fights that we saw from them last time around. And that's why they're kind of going for these picks and they're kind of throwing these waves out there, going for the flash Varus moves, because they really need to be the ones that get the first move, get this jump on the Cloud9 squad, because the C9 squad, if they set up team fights with Daisy, with Ray on the front line on this Renekton, it's definitely much more difficult for them to work around.
I'm always one to say as well, it's great that they're trying things, but as well, those ults just being used by Liquid, they're not coming up with anything, makes Cloud9 feel so comfortable to approach these turrets, get their siege on. We see now in the bot lane, in the mid lane, a little bit of pressure from C9, knowing they have kind of safe reign over the jungle right now.
Yeah.
So Liquid waiting for those ultimates, may have to just give quite a bit of this up.
Nobody from Team Liquid can answer either of the side lanes we talked about with, and Ray also having teleport and Jensen having Realm Warp means there's a lot of mobility on this Cloud9 squad, plus they have these stronger solos that are able to push the minion waves in. So you get minion wave control, that translates into vision. And you look for picks with. Oh, Jensen with a huge burst.
Bubble to the side, Golden Glue gets hit. I don't think Jensen wants to full fight.
Still getting hit.
Over the wall with him. Contracts is there, jumps right in. Stranglethorn goes down, and no pop-up. Liquid's able to get off of that. Contracts, they hit him up. Piglet now looking at Sneaky in the eyes. Lorelo flashes forward. Sneaky's gonna get burned down. The left side of the fight, nothing's happening, but where's Ray? Still split pushing.
Yeah, they're able to fight their way out of the jungle here to get a 2-for-1, which is a marginal increase in gold, but as you said, Ray is split pushing the whole time and almost takes the turret.
This Cloud9 has done 2
Is he gonna
games
die
now.
for it? He's staying in there to die for it.
5 fights, goes into Lorelo. Lorlo close to overheating, calling in for rain over. They're going to be able to close this one out, but that's quite a bit of damage coming from the Croc as he goes down.
Yeah, but Lorlo able to trap him under the turret with the slows, clears out the minion wave, nice usage there. And they claim another kill, so it ends up being 3 kills for 1 after the gate is done. Redemption comes down to go for the
Nice redemption.
nice kill there. Well, even though Golden Glue did get hit, it takes contracts going super deep here on Ivern to keep up the snares. And then again, Piglet lands a chain of corruptions right onto him. And once they take down him, Sneaky finds himself without any peeling or any allies around. So it was an easy cleanup that Lorlo didn't have to use his ultimate for.
Difficult to get into those fights when you don't have that mid turret down. Not that they won it because of that, but Vision wasn't pushed forward. C9 overextending a little bit, but still able to find a few kills. And back out 42, just about 42K. Surprising to see Liquid making these changes after such a tough start to the season. They really have, as Golden Glue said, seem to talk out a lot of the issues that they had. Fights seem more
On a ward, so no huge panic right now, but they see it at 4,000. Who's going to get in there for a miracle steal? Looks like Team Liquid should be able to smite it. Smite it!
Goes in. It's going to Piglet. He actually is able to get down the Baron. We're going to see Ray falling very fast. Contracts from the rest of the team want it. Realm Warp up, Realm Warp down. Not really used onto that one, just for maybe a bit of separation. Baron back now for Liquid. This is what they were looking for in game 1. No steal from Sneaky. How do they proceed?
Yeah, it's such a huge sneak there. I mean, Cloud9 are going to try and get something out of the trade and get an outer turret down, but that's very little in comparison. Really good sneak here from Team Liquid. I would definitely actually want to see the setup for that one again, as it seems like Cloud9 had a decent amount of vision around, but really good power through on the Baron for Team Liquid means they can push up and get quite a bit of gold here.
Got that Leandry's 80 carries across the board almost. Of course, they will drop that Baron. Take that chance, 25 minutes in. Seen it before, Liquid at the doorstep of Cloud9 so early. And this time, Ray's actually not in position to pull them away. They are going to go back and forth here to see if they can drop the outer turrets, though, and play it safe. Lorlo pulling up the cavalry here, Baroned up minions.
Yeah.
We'll see how C9 reacts to the pressure.
They've got a package ready with Golden Glue. They've got Baron buff, so these turrets are so dangerous to defend. Don't want to. And these ones, though, you definitely do. They're still on for Ray to split.
The plant damage. Daisy comes down, kind of prevents him from getting closer into the base. Ray, with one turret down, is now going to be onto his second tier, which calls Team Liquid back. Good defense that Contracts is putting up on the Ivern here. And we see Liquid backing off to go for another set.
They're going to get a hawk shot down on that Drake. Looks like Rainover might be able to solo it. But yeah, here's a cool replay that we're looking for on this one. And it's literally just Cloud9 so far away. Piglet zones off Sneaky here.
Yeah, that was big.
Knights, but actually, man, that's such good cover fire. Piglet is zoning a really large distance. But
And then he gets Baron.
yeah, it's too late. Team Liquid catches Cloud9 sleeping.
Got to make sure it happens again, though. Cloud9 is not one to give up, and they are obviously way more awake after that sneak. 2,000 gold in the favor of Liquid. We saw a 3,000 gold difference, but it does not mean much to Cloud9. They can close that in a fight. 504 Jensen looking very good on the rise. The rest of the team as well have a few kills to keep those items completed. 2 core items for Liquid have been there for quite some time. We're seeing the results of that Baron. A little bit of pressure that's working for them. Let's see if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and this, if they can win this one, what a ridiculous morale boost for Team Liquid this is going to be. Coming back right after that last game, which was a heartbreaking, Baron steal, and then finally turn around to lose out. But Team Liquid here are going to try and complete this siege. There's a lot of deep wards for Ray to go on, but they could just make a call for him to keep split pushing as they've done.
Yeah, very low turret.
And
he at least gets this turret and comes back for the fight. It's going to be an inhibitor for one. Ray is still going for the attack. He's got a few swipes. Does he teleport immediately after? Looks like he's going to go forward, and so will Liquid. Jensen pushing him back a bit. They know they have to dodge the AoE. Right over too close. The burn is there. He gets the kill. coming in from Piglet.
Raised
and
in,
they're
no,
gonna
he
be
teleported.
safe. He did come in. He is slowly walking in. Piglet could be the first one in his eyes. Throws down Dominus, goes for the back line, looking for a quick double kill. Orlo with the flame splitter, and Zanya's onto the front. Ray doesn't get anything out of this, and Liquid seems like they were ready for the re-engage. They turn around. Can Piglet get the shot on a Jensen? Fires for the long one, but goes for the right side to Sneaky over his
They've
shoulder.
got Baron, though. They
They're
can
on
keep
the
pushing
inhibitor
it in.
turret, and they have a lot of minions, Kobe. Looks like they will decide to back off with the smart play. 80 carries are still up with Jensen's damage on Rise, so Cloud9 losing a bit of their base.
So ridiculously hard against the Team Liquid squad to get in there and finish off those low health members. Uh-oh, actually, this is Matt by himself.
He's good. He can cast spells on himself and run faster.
Yeah, Jensen looks like he's still chasing for some reason. He really wants to. He wants him. All right. All right, you can walk away. I'll take the minion gold. But man, Team Liquid coming out in this series and really fighting. A lot of people after their victory over Echo Fox, you know, and Team Liquid talking about, oh yeah, you know, we had a really good talk. We turned a corner for ourselves last week. A lot of people were still unconvinced and needed, rightfully so, some more to show, but they came here to play as Golden Glue is in on this one. Piglet's still sniping from the back line.
Rapid
Team Liquid
fire.
are coming for another inhibitor turret.
Trinity Force Infinity Edge means bye-bye to your HP from Golden Glue, along with more attacks from the mid lane. There is the second inhibitor turret going down. And Cloud9 all sorts here. Matt is keeping Jensen from
A
backing.
5-0 Rise is just chasing around this
Exactly.
support Nami right now.
This is like the pawn chasing the king around and the king can't get back.
Matt's toying with fire, but it's really working out because he's keeping the most powerful member away from the base, and the base is gone.
Absolutely incredible. All three inhibitors around the horn have been dropped. He realm warps away just to get away from Matt.
Oh, man. Matt just...
Great plays.
Matt's the true siren here. Baited and outsmarted. Jensen, all of the kills go to nothing here. All the farm goes to nothing, and their base is gone. He gets home. No inhibitors left.
In and out. I believe that was Ray's ping on the Nexus turret as you look at the bottom side of Team
Where should we
Ultimate.
go next? The only thing they have left standing.
I'm going to get this. Don't worry. All right, let's see this again. Sneaky steps up. He has contract safety, but they are just not both sides of them, just the right side of them completely owned by Liquid.
Team Liquid, look at that. They had full vision in the blue quadrant here, so Golden Glue came out of the fog of war there. They trapped him. Piglet was also baiting.
Elixir of Wrath out for Piglet. Bit more oomph to his attacks once he pops that. I'm sure everybody else is putting whatever money they can into elixirs as well right now, as we are getting close. 13-13, but with a 5,000 gold lead now. Liquid's largest over Cloud9. Now they move to the top side. Z9 trying to play the fog of war game. That's on to Lorlo. Nobody wants that attack, though. They're making sure Jensen still is safe. They put the meat wall up in front of him, and they cut the wall down. Contracts is out. Ray's locked up by the chain of corruptions. He can't deliver back with the Renekton's dominance either. And now they're making their way into the base. Liquid saying that last game was a fluke mistake. This is our Baron. This is our game. And they are now onto the Nexus turrets. There's the arrow coming out. Nobody can aggress onto Reignover. Smoothie, no ultimate Stranglethorn to disengage the team. Arrows down, Jensen's up. He's got the last bit of real AoE they can deliver over to Liquid, who is low, but have their eyes set on the Nexus. We're going to be going to a Game 3. Beautiful Game 2 by Team Liquid.
Team Liquid making a really good case for themselves to try and put a stop to Cloud9's undefeated streak thus far, as they came very close in game number 1 and finish out game number 2.
The first real scatter coming in this one, obviously for the Baron, but that play for Matt to stop Jensen gave Liquid so much time in the base. And there's not many times that we see Cloud9 not be able to quickly repair something, quickly get something back, and that was one of those times. Props to Liquid for pulling out a great second game, but now they have to do it again, and you have made C9 angry.
Looks like Team Liquid are angry. Reignover is on fire with his graves.
That's a good point.
Piglet especially, because Piglet and Matt, man, they got a lot of flame in the last couple of weeks, and it was deserved, considering the play they were putting up. But this looks like a revitalized Team Liquid roster. We were laughing, like, oh yeah, you guys, turn around a series and you're all good to go now. But holy moly, they really look like a different team.
Whatever they did, the fire is lit under them. And we've got our analyst standing by to break down that series tying win.
Thank you very much, Riv. Holy moly. Team Liquid victory.
Yeah.
How did this happen? Explain it to me, Azael. Help me make sense of this series so far, because these 25-minute Barons coming through, decisive Baron calls by Team Liquid, but still riddled with mistakes in other areas. They are able to craft the victory here this time around, though.
They are, and I mean, the funny thing is, if it wasn't for the missed smite, this is probably a 2-0 sweep over the undefeated team.
That's
right?
actually a really good point.
And as far as where it's coming from, look at Reignover. He's smashing. I mean, he was, what, 10-1 in a loss in game 1. This game, he was smashing people on Graves as well. I think the fact that they have him on something that is really, really strong in the meta and that fits his playstyle is great, because he's able to stay healthy in the jungle. He's able to have, good pathing options. He has good teamfight power without having to play an assassin, which he never looked as comfortable on. So it's kind of like his Rek'Sai of old. It seems like he's found his niche a bit.
I was about to say, I mean, especially into this Ivern matchup here with Graves, it gives him so much agency to just walk into the enemy jungle. I mean, we saw him up on Contract's Krugs like 3 or 4 times, 3 spawns in a row, essentially. Contracts was never farming his own jungle. And of course, those CS numbers lie to you a little bit in terms of where the actual status of the junglers is, but he had a 2-level advantage pretty early on into the game. Contracts was able to climb back into it. But for Team Liquid and C9, I want to talk about playstyles here. Team Liquid really seems to be aiming to group, right? They're looking for ways to start fights. Kobe mentioned it, very, very aggressive flashes by Piglet on the Varus to start off fights.
Piglet has actually looked really good in general, and TL as a squad today have been forcing pretty well. They've been doing a good job of grouping up, of forcing around objectives. It's net them an early Baron twice. It's allowed them to, for the most part, largely ignore Ray in the split push and have success elsewhere. Ray, for his part, has not really been having the kind of success you're used to seeing from Impact, and and that's a question for me. Do they actually swap Ray out for this last game?
I would say absolutely yes. I mean, if you're looking to actually get the victory as opposed to allow for a learning experience and kind of an understanding of the pressure and all of that, maybe you'd leave him in. But I think for the purposes of winning the series, you've got to throw Impact back in. The team looks like they look so much crisper with him up in the top lane that they actually know what they're doing. You mentioned that, yes, they are relying on this split push, but the split push doesn't seem to be winning them. It's lost fights where he's not TPing in and, oh, hey, we also get this turret in the bot lane. Seems to be how the split push is coming together.
And it also kind of feels like, I mean, so the beauty with Impact is Impact seems to be able to get away with split pushing, even on not the kind of just solo split push champions. Like, obviously Shen is split pushy, but it's not the champion that just kills all your turrets and everything.
Right.
But the way that Impact plays it, it seems like he's able to have the best of both worlds. He's able to split push. He doesn't die. He's up in CS. He's always there for the team fights. Whereas with Ray, it's like, kind of just feels like he's running down side lane. Like, he's just going to go and he's going to split push until he dies, and then, that's how it goes. I mean, he's 1 in 5 on the Renekton. He died out a few times. He didn't have to. He tries to get too much when he doesn't need to. He tries to all in before his Hex Drinker buy, which would have given him an incredible advantage in that 1v1 top lane. Then he dies there. So it's like, there's a lot of things where Ray plays well, and, it's cool they brought out the Renekton, but he just feels like he's missing the restraint that Impact has, and that's kind of what C9 has been famous for in their success. When you look at playoffs last year, Impact became kind of famous for being able to absorb so much pressure and not get disadvantages, where Ray feels like he's not able to pull off the same thing. And that in combination with just Reignover playing really well and Piglet and Matt getting some more success. Piglet playing Varus, which is not really his kind of champion, but playing it aggressively, like he's playing his play style. Like he's like, you know what? Who says Varus is a backline champion? I'm gonna flash in.
Nobody else is gonna start these fights. I'm gonna do it for us.
And he made it work, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to take a look at one more fight. This is 15 minutes into the game. C9 is actually going to win this one 3-0. Both of them, however, being C9-focused replays. You see here, still some of those mistakes from Team Liquid that are allowing the games to remain as close as they are. As you mentioned, Game 1 ending up going back in C9's favor.
Yeah, I mean, there certainly haven't been the cleanest of games, and this is one where TL probably should have just kind of counted their blessings when Matt didn't die and backed off. But, it's kind of like a bad Kung Fu movie where the bad guys are coming in one at a time trying to fight them all, and it's like, oh, okay, Golden Glue goes for the 1v3. Oh, now Lolo's in there, right? And it's like, really, what's happening here, guys? Come on. Like, you're better than this, and this is something where they need to show some restraint. They need to clean it up because, you know, for a lot of the game, especially in the early game, it was like, oh, O2 AD, O2 support, you know, O2 top laner, O2 mid laner, whatever, and Reignover is smashing, right? So if people play a little bit more intelligently, I think that TL can look really good. And if Reignover returns to form, TL's stock rises incredibly, because this is a guy who was not only just like the best jungler in NA, he was considered the best player in NA period for a while. You know, he got a league MVP and stuff. So if this guy is on, TL could make some waves in the league.
And he's picking up player of the game this time around. He would have gotten it in game 1 had they won the game.
Yeah.
But this is my question to you now. Reignover has had 2 hot starts here on Graves. Early kills going in his favor in both games. What does a Team Liquid look like where Reignover doesn't get off the ground?
Well, and that's the question, right? And we've seen that in a lot of games this season, and they don't look that good because, you know, Golden Glue, even in this game, you know, he did have some contributions, but he's losing lane. You know, bot lane has been generally losing lane. Like, everyone is kind of losing lanes, and they need help from Reignover. They need him as that superstar player to be getting ahead and to be getting advantages. So, you know, look at Cloud9 to try to disrupt that in the draft. Either take the Graves away, ban it out, do something to maybe put him on a champion where he could be less impactful.
Yeah, above all else, I'm most curious to see if they do bring in Impact here for Game 3 and how different C9 might look with Impact back in the lineup. Now, this series is going to a 3rd game, so meet us back here in a few minutes to see if Team Liquid will be able to hand Cloud9 their first loss of the season.